Good afternoon, and it is an honor and a privilege to be here in Bridgeport with two very, very, very important teachers. Jahana Hayes, who is our National Teacher of the Year, and who did her graduate work at the University of Bridgeport. I mean, how about that? And Elizabeth Capasso, who I know as Liz, who is an outstanding mathematics teacher over at Jetty Tisdale School, 7th grade teacher, amazing classroom, and she has won the Presidential Prize for Mathematics. Let me just say what's so wonderful. There's so many wonderful things about this. Number one, they represent the many absolutely wonderful, wonderful teachers that we have in Connecticut. And I can't think of anything better than to honor teachers because they're the frontline people. I tell them all the time, I'm envious of them because they have the ability to really positively influence children, and it's amazing. And these two women have certainly done that in a myriad of ways and will continue to do it. And they're just an honor to the profession. And I want to say one more thing that I think is really incredibly important before I turn it over to our mayor. They're from the cities. They're from Bridgeport, and they're from Waterbury. And, you know, sometimes we don't have the highest test scores in Connecticut. We all know that. But we work really hard, and we grow, and we look for the success of every child. And it is wonderful to have teachers from the cities recognized. They are the ones that really influence our children. So today, I am so honored to be part of this, to be able to honor and be in the presence of such fabulous educators. Congratulations, Jahana, and congratulations, Liz. And now I want to turn it over to our mayor of this wonderful city, Mayor Joe Ganim.
Thank you so much, Liz and Jahana and all. Let me just take a moment first, and I apologize for being late. Everything takes me twice as long with one arm. That means getting dressed, brushing my teeth. I'll leave all this other stuff aside, so bear with me for a couple more weeks. I'm on limited amount of things to let me do, but I'm doing all the things we need to do as a city to move forward. And I'm just so delighted. Superintendent said a lot of really important things, and in my own words, I'll kind of maybe reiterate them and just build on them. But to have the best and the brightest, as you said, represented here, but representing all the teachers that we have, certainly in the Bridgeport School District, who continue to do, along with paraprofessionals, along with the administrators, such a phenomenal job in the state's largest school district, certainly with less resources than our friends and neighbors in surrounding towns, and no disparaging remarks to them. I wish them all the best. But the job is even tougher when you have less. The job is harder when your classrooms are larger. And the jobs are more difficult just generally in urban centers. And both of you represent and stand tall here for every individual who steps into a classroom. It takes on the challenge, and I think, as you've said before, the rewards that you get every day. But then to get the national accolades. And math, I can't even help. I couldn't even help with 3rd grade math with my children, so I don't know how you do it. Really sends a powerful message out about what can and what is being accomplished in our schools. And so I thank everyone here. And before I turn the key over to Jahana for the 2016 National Teacher of the Year Award, I want to say a word about our superintendent and the Bridgeport District as a whole. It was as recent as last week in a courtroom upstate where a state court judge, I believe, delivered what I call the game changer, but I like to refer to it more in legal terms as a landmark decision that appears to already begin to track to have implications that will only be positive. It has already caught the attention of all the powers that be, from the governor to the members of the General Assembly, to all those that care about education and public policy, and what we're doing and what we're not doing in Connecticut. And in the center of that years and years of battling, and I think what ultimately moved a Superior Court judge to write one of the most thorough and deliberate decisions that I believe will carry the day ultimately with the lawmakers and others that will begin to provide the resources and the other criteria that was laid out that we need in Bridgeport and around the state, was a superintendent from Bridgeport. And I gotta believe, and I didn't listen to a lot of the testimony, but I did listen to the decision. And I heard the judge constantly refer to the challenges that we have in the Bridgeport School District, but every time he did, when he needed a foundation for his decision or a point of reference or credibility as to the type of individual leadership that you might want in a public school district, especially in an urban district, he referred to our superintendent. So as much as we're lucky to have her here, I think it echoed that the state of Connecticut is lucky to have her leading this district as we go through what I hope will be a positive transition of public policy that recognizes not only the hard work and the commitment that we're recognizing today, but the commitment that's made every day with the lack of resources, to begin to give the resources, the support, and all the things that we need to continue to challenge our young people and our students, but to allow them to grow in an atmosphere that puts them, how would you say it, Superintendent, from where they are in the classroom to the positions of individuals that are here as leaders in the future. So thank you so much. Johanna, I need you to come up here. We have what we only give out to, on rare occasions and important moments. I need the superintendent to come up.
Okay.
Yes, please. For your continued contribution. Come on up a little closer, because this is you want a photo op, right? Yeah. Anyone else who else do we need for the photo op? Get them up here. The City of Bridgeport is proud to recognize this University of Bridgeport alumni, Jahana Hayes, as the 2016 National Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, signed by me this 14th day of September 2016. We also have Dennis Bratton who's here for words.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you for having me. When I got the message, my son asked me, will the key open anything? I see so many friends here from the University of Bridgeport, from my church, my missionary president over there. Yes, thank you so much for coming, Belinda. I don't even know how you found out about this. But I have to say, I'm still not really, I don't even know why I'm the National Teacher of the Year. I still can't imagine how all this happened. But the more I travel, the more I recognize that we're doing so many things right here in the state of Connecticut as far as education goes, and we don't really get credit for it. And as I talk to people and my lens broadens and I see, you know, some of the things that people are just beginning to have conversations about, we've been doing it for years in large districts, despite the challenges we face, meeting the needs of our students. And even though there's so much more work that needs to be done, I think we should be really proud of the work we're already doing. And I am in a unique position to see that firsthand. So, you know, like the mayor said, we stand here, but we represent so many of the teachers that work every day in our classrooms just as hard for our kids with limited resources, that face challenges and come back every day, you know, committed to doing what's best for kids. So I appreciate this. I thank you. I hope that I can continue to represent Connecticut throughout this year. But I just want to take this opportunity to remind you to celebrate all that's good. You know, not when someone else does it, but, you know, we knew what was happening here in Connecticut long before the president said it. So just remember that every day, you know, and thank our teachers and support them and move our districts forward and help our kids, you know, because at the end of the day, our job is to do what's best for kids. Thank you.
We also have the president of the Bridgeport Board of Education. I'd love him to just add a few words of support.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, everybody who is in attendance. And another round of applause for these fine teachers and administrators that we have in Bridgeport. It's a great pleasure to be able to talk about this. We talk so often about all the negative things that happen in our city, and we so often don't highlight such positive things that we have. When we started off this school year, I had an opportunity to speak to the teachers, and I said, we're going to be all in this school year, if you ladies remember. And as you go through the struggle, you sometimes forget what it requires to be all in, right? When you're going through a moment of hardship, you forget what it requires to be all in. But these fine teachers here renew our spirits, and they remind us that there is light at the end of this tunnel, and there is hope for our great city of Bridgeport, and we continue to be all in. So thank you so much for that inspiration, and God bless you.
You know, all these accolades, see if I can get this. I could only reiterate all these accolades, but I want to give you another perspective that hasn't been spoken about. And the first time I met Jahana, and this has to do with both Jana and Liz, it was at the Board of Education, it was the State Board of Education meeting, and she was announcing that she was a Teacher of the Year. And everyone said, oh my goodness, how do you become Teacher of the Year? How do you get these things done? What goes on? And she was really quite insightful. She says, well, actually, it's not too much theory, and it's not everything that I've read. It's a simple maxim, and that is, you do what is right. So let me tell you, this is really a moral dimension to this. It's not simply a professional dimension. So, let us now praise people who do what is right, especially in celebration of these two wonderful teachers we have today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, congratulations, and I think we all get the light that shines off of you, all your fellow teachers and everyone. Thank you so much.